And I saw sacks of USAID wheat being delivered, and which those people couldn't have survived without. But AID never built anything, no infrastructure. And they had all kinds of programs that were soft regime change programs that weren't helping anyone. So aid was not a successful model. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be helping people, but we should be doing something better than aid, which is providing credit, long-term, low-interest credit for infrastructure projects. Now, on September 15th and 16th, I was a speaker at the Second International Railway Conference in Abuja, Nigeria. So I spoke on the second day. But, so it was all on the question of the importance of expanding rail networks, not only in Nigeria, but of course Africa. But there was one very interesting discussion which points to the potential, which is it hasn't been, I can't give the details because it hasn't been solidified yet, but there's a plan for Nigeria in coordination or cooperation with China to build 4,000 kilometers of high-speed rail. Now, high-speed rail only exists in China. It's much faster than the bullet trains in Europe. High-speed rail is 345 kilometers per hour or 215 miles per hour. I insisted on taking a high-speed train when I was in China from Beijing to Shanghai. 813 miles in 4.5 hours with several stops. So in the United States, to get from New York City to Chicago would be about 15 hours. And that's not even 800 miles. So this would be a leapfrogging of a technology, because Nigeria is still, unfortunately, refurbishing the British narrow gauge trains. Now, they have built trains finally. When I was there in 2022, I got to take a train, which I was thankful and happy to do, because since I was traveling in Nigeria from 1994 on, I never got a chance. There were no trains. But high speed is a whole different technology. So the very introduction of the idea, and we'll see if the deal gets concluded or not, shows a potential direction. We need high-speed rail connecting all the major cities, ports, and capitals and manufacturing centers in Africa. I think we're looking at about 3 or 4 north-south lines and 4 or 5 east-west lines. This is all proposed, but it hasn't been completed. This is about 100. We need another 100,000 kilometers of track. But if we complete this, which can be done because it's been done in the United States previously and in China recently, we would transform the African continent, transform it. The Sahel would be changed, as you've been referencing. South Africa would be changed. Everything would be changed. And if we introduced 1,000 additional gigawatts of electricity, the continent would become the leader in the world in potential economic development. It's all possible. It's all been done before. It's all known. It's all engineering on one hand and long-term investment on the other. And as a species right now, we don't have enough wisdom to carry this out. China does, a few other countries do, but the West as a whole doesn't have the wisdom, the foresight, the vision of the future of what it could be with these investments. And it's not that we don't have the money. We have the money. The money is in forms of credit, which gets paid back over time. The problem is we don't have the will and we don't have the vision. And that's an indictment against the way the West is thinking right now. I'm different, but I'm in the extreme minority.
Maybe that is why Russia and China said that in the next 20 years, Africa would be the center of global commerce and global trade. And maybe that's exactly what I said. So thank you so much, Mr. Freeman, for your time. You gave us a lot of time, and I know you're a busy man. I'll get you back on the show when you get another break again. I want you to be safe and be blessed, and thank you so much.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. It's always an enjoyable discussion.
Yes, sir. I feel the same way. Be blessed and be safe.
Thank you.
Everybody, I want you all to remember what I say as I go out. I always say do right by others, not because there's some material gain or because there's some accolades behind it, but do right by others because it's the right, the humane, and the godly thing. Even when no one else is watching you, God Almighty is watching you. Now, before we go off the air, I want to say this. The first 20 minutes of the Patreon channel member stream, we allowed regular subscribers to watch. But you guys, because of your financial support and your support constantly, you got the entire thing. The first 21 minutes will be up again on YouTube probably later today for the people to rewatch if they want to. But I want you to spread the word and tell others about the platform, man. I'm telling you, I'm working hard. I'm trying to get everybody on the platform. I got a lot of surprises for you guys. I told you I had a surprise for you today, didn't I? I got a lot of surprises from you. We might be having somebody from Moscow pretty soon in the coming weeks, a top journalist, I'm telling you. We're talking behind the scene. They've already accepted the invitation. We're trying to make it match schedules and everything like that. So I'm telling you guys, I'm working behind the scenes doing these things, and I really, really appreciate your patience with me. And as my mother always say, God sits high, but he looks low. Know that I love each and every one of you who loves truth, but know that the love that I have for you will always pale in comparison to the love that God has for you. Until we next speak again, stay strong, stay true. But above all things, remember to stay righteous. Hey, mama, your baby boy loves you more than life, and I hope I'm representing you right, ma. I'm out of here. Peace. Thank you, guys.
Told you to walk away. That was my first and last mistake. I'm blue without your face. But what can I do? 'Cause I'm just a sinking ship, and you're just a pair of lips that I've lost in the moment. Oh,